Now when your Pimax headset is ready for action, let's explore the basic settings for your headset inside of the PiTool application. In the Settings tab under General Settings, you can check for new PiTool updates if available and update the software with just a click. In the HMD or head-mounted display settings, you can also check for new firmware updates. Next, the Turn on Lighthouse Tracking option enables and disables SteamVR lighthouse tracking, and underneath you can adjust the brightness or the LCD backlight in 3 levels: high, normal and low. A bit lower down, there is a render quality slider stretching from 0.5 until 2.0 and the default value is 1.0. This slider affects the rendered resolution of all VR games and experiences in your Pimax. Most Pimax users keep this value at default 1.0, but to increase the graphical fidelity and resolution, feel free to increase it to 1.5 or even higher. Right below the render quality slider, you can adjust the contrast and brightness of the VR image. Reducing the brightness by 1 or 2 levels and increasing the contrast levels a bit can dramatically improve the color reproduction and improve the black levels, especially on the Pimax 5K Plus and the Pimax 8K headsets. At the bottom of this tab, you can also adjust the IPD offset, which can help you to achieve a more accurate 3D view and depth without any eye strain. This option should only be used in case the mechanical IPD slider is not enough, especially if your IPD number is in the extreme ends, either below 60mm or above 70mm. In the Brain Warp settings, you can enable and disable extra features and performance improvements such as smart smoothing and fixed foveated rendering. The Enable Parallel Projection is an advanced option, so if you are brand new to your Pimax headset, let's just leave it enabled for now. The compatible mode for Vive-only games is available as a workaround if you have problems to start some specific VR games on your Pimax. I would recommend you to leave it enabled for now. The next option is the Field of View selector. You can switch between 3 different field of view modes on any of your Pimax headsets. A large field of view of approximately 170 degrees horizontally, a normal field of view of around 150 degrees, and a small field of view which is roughly 120 degrees of field of view horizontally. Lastly, there is a refresh rate option with 3 different modes. The first one is the maximum refresh rate possible for each Pimax headset, and the 2 other options are 72Hz and 64Hz. And if you experience low performance in games and especially VR simulators, having difficulties to max out your frame rate, try lowering down the refresh rate to 72 or even 64Hz for a more smooth and judder-free experience. I hope this helped you to get a little bit more familiar with the PiTool application. Feel free to elaborate with the settings, as it will never hurt your Pimax. But remember, some of these settings such as field of view and render quality requires a restart of SteamVR before the changes takes action.